Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Ranger Flame, and welcome everyone to a new Black Clover review. Yes, that is right, ladies and gentlemen. We're on episode 4, and I am here to bring you a review here today. Now, I am so psyched about this, guys, because hands down, this was the best episode of Black Clover that we got yet. Because I feel like, I know a lot of people are kind of mad because it was kind of getting a lot of parts, you know, through 1 to 3. It was a lot more filler, but now we're kind of getting to the main story right here, and this is just absolutely amazing throughout this whole episode in general. So of course, we last left off on episode 3 of, Asta and finally arriving to the Royal Kingdom. They're on that journey to, come here to take the Knight's exam so that they could be part of one of the teams and in the future, hopefully to become a Magic Knight. But once they arrive into the city right here, or of course, like the Clover Kingdom, it's really different of how they grew up. We kind of, get this part of, Asta and, visiting the market and all that stuff, because this is a whole lot different of when they grew up. There's a lot of food stands everywhere, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of buildings and etc, and there's a lot of people, like, of course, more powerful people here, because people from all over the world, all over the kingdom, to come to this exam and hopefully to get part of one of the Magic Knights. So of course, in like the entrance exam, a lot of people are like, comparing this a lot to the training exams and all that. So and Asta go there, they have to scan their grimoires, and it's a good thing for man. He's getting appraised by everyone because of that 4-leaf clover book. And to get into the exam, you have to show your grimoire to the people there that are working. They scan your book, they put the number of your name, your entry, and then you move on. Of course, Asta shows his, and I kind of laughed at this part a little bit just because his 5th-leaf clover book is all filthy. You can't really see the 5th-leaf clover at all. And he gets it scanned. They move on to the exams right here, and it's a pretty cool thing. It's like a nice kind of circle arena. And the best part, I feel like this is the best part of the episode, hands down. I'll talk about the last part because the last part of this episode was cool, but the best part, hands down, with this is seeing Yami and animation. And if you guys don't know who Yami is, I'm not going to put a lot of spoilers because I actually just caught up with the manga of Black Clover. And Yami is the captain of the Black Bulls. So, of course, there's a captain in every, area, in every team. And Yami is the most powerful. He's the captain controlling the Black Bulls. And we finally get to see him in animation. And it's just cool to see that because if you guys read the manga, he's just a badass in general. He's definitely my top 3 or even my favorite character in Black Clover. And it's kind of a funny, scene of when him and Asta meet, just because, like, literally if you say one thing to him or if you bump into him, he'll give you that evil look and he'll want to kill you. And it's just kind of, a funny reaction because, even Asta's scared, saying you don't want to piss this guy off at all. If he pisses you off, he's going to kill you. And another cool thing here as well is when we get to see Yami is we get to see Finn and Gordon. I won't, like I said, go into much spoilers of it. They're just members of the Black Bull, but once we get more episodes in depth, you guys will love them. And it's kind of funny with Gordon because he literally looks like Mariana's Trench. He's just funny all around. And then Finn, of course, he's just kind of like the guy that always wants to, get the ladies, as we see in an image right here. But, we get to see more of the Black Bulls, and it's awesome because the thing I just love about this episode is that, throughout the opening, if you guys, see the opening or the intro into each Black Clover episode, we get to see all of these cast of characters. And it's just awesome because, we're getting out of like that filler aspect and more into detail of all these characters. And, we didn't get a lot. We just really just seen them and they talked a little bit and then they went away. But it's cool, seeing a lot of characters throughout, this anime so far, especially in animation, me and Yami, Gordon, of course, Finn. And then we get to see parts of Noelle as well. She is such a good character and I can't wait to talk about her more and what she does, of course, in the anime. But, of course, we see her in action. We also get to see, her older brother, which is a complete dick all around. Like I said, no spoilers. I know I'm going to say that a lot throughout this episode, but yeah, her brother's a complete dick. She's taking the exams and hopefully passes. And then, of course, another big scene in this anime here as well is we get to see I think it's the 7 captains. So we get to see the 7 captains all in order and the Golden Dawn. So they have placings. So every year they have placings of what team is the best. And that team, if you're the best and you're the captain, you're most likely to become the the next Wizard King, and we get to see that through, the Golden Dawn captain. I forget his name. I'm kind of bad with words because there's a lot of, cast in here. There's a lot of characters, so we get to see him, and this really triggers a spark, and Asta, because this guy right here, the guy that they're looking at throughout these exams before they get started, he is the most likely out of everyone else to become the next Wizard King, and they know that this is a bad thing because they want to become the Wizard King more. They don't want to spend a lot of time on it. They know that they could do it, so they know that if they could be part of this team, if they could be part of the Golden Dawn, they'd be one step closer to becoming the Wizard King and even beating him as well. So we get to see all the captains right there in shiny, and then of course the exams start. The first exam is kind of cool from the Golden Dawn guy. He uses this tree ability to go brooms for everyone, and really kind of what the first exam was is to use your magic power to float up in the air. As a professional, he's even standing on that thing going around. I think he's higher than everyone else, I'm pretty sure, just just floating around and doing his stuff. And another kind of funny thing from Asta right here, because he has no magic power whatsoever, he can't make it onto the ground. And I forget this guy's name. I'm bad with words and I hate it, but he comes over to Asta. He wants to get make him feel comfortable and all that stuff, because if he's a good guy trying to help other people out, that'll get his rep up a little bit. So he kind of sticks with Asta a lot. We kind of see a preview of all the exam stuff going on. It's usually 3 seconds. It's I think there's 6 parts in general of it. But yeah, he tries to help Asta out with each area, but Asta can't really do anything because he doesn't have any magic, and this is a bad turn from him. So we kind of get to the last part of the episode, and Asta is not really doing so hot because the only thing he's really been doing in this exam is shouting, because he has no magic power. He can't really do anything. And the guy that comes up to him, and this is kind of a cool part, it reminds a lot of the tuning exams or whatever you want to relate this to, is a one-on-one fight. It's not really a tournament to go up. It's you just kind of face one guy, and if you do good or beat him, that's more rep in that to show the captains to become part of your team. And we get in this fight, and I think this is the second best part, even though it was a fight, but still I feel Yami's introduction is a lot better. But we get in this fight between him and Asta, and this is where Asta shines. This is the moment of glory that he needs right now, because he has been doing god awful the whole examination. If he wants to prove and become a Magic Knight to serve on one of the captains, he has to beat this guy hands down, and this is what we get from him. And he talks a crap load of Asta after being a nice guy, but afterwards he's saying thank you for being a friend or whatever, but to be honest, you suck. You're not gonna pass. Just make me have shine and glory so I could become a Magic Knight. And it kind of triggers Asta, but it's kind of a cool thing as well, because he shut him up good. He shut him up really good in this. Just freaking sprints at him, pulls out his sword. He has his shield around him, literally slices it in two and defeats him like that. And he's showing him that never giving up in that is your true power. And you can't really go on to someone else saying that they're terrible or sucky or anything like that, that you could achieve your dreams. And I feel like it's going to be really good for the next episode, just because Asta really proving himself right there could trigger one of the knights. And it's kind of leading into episode 5, just because it's the next examinees. Now the captains get to choose on what person's going to be part of their team, which I don't really want to put spoilers. It's in the openings. I know a lot of you probably know who's going to be going on to who, but that's going to be for next episode right here. I feel like this episode in general was definitely, like I said, it was the best episode ever. It just because, it gets to show more of the story between Black Clover now. No more of that filler shit, but it's kind of cool, that introduction of the whole city, of what the Wizard King gets to live in, what all the captains in that do. We get to see a whole bunch of the characters. It's just a great episode overall, and I'm just more and more excited about this, just because we're going more into the story of Black Clover, which I love. And I definitely think that episode 5 here, that I feel like people are going to be more excited now throughout the weeks coming into Black Clover, just because now I feel like they're going to be focusing more, introducing the characters, going on missions, and etc. like that. So I feel like it's going to be really exciting. Thank you guys all for watching another review of Black Clover. Definitely, I feel like this episode, I would give it, I would say an 8.5 out of 10. An 8.5 out of 10, definitely throughout this episode, just because I feel like it would be a lot more higher if we get to see, more of the characters. But, that's a lot more down the road. But definitely throughout this episode, characters that we've seen, action, more of the world of Black Clover that we're going to get introduced more into the episodes, and just, it's great overall. But I hope you guys all enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and let me know, guys, of what you think of Black Clover so far in the anime. You think it's worth watching? Do you hate it? Are you going to read the manga in the future, or even talk about the manga, or anything like that? But just have a fantastic day, guys, and thank you for all listening to me here today. Much love, and peace out.